Give me 1 second, guys. All right, let me tweet these links out. So copy that. What's up? 1 second. All right, so this is my very first YouTube live stream. Thank you. I'm just gonna wait for a few more people to get in here. I'm gonna go ahead and tweet the link out. How are you? Oh, I'm doing really well. How are you? Okay, boom. Minimize that. Okay, and then go here, go to Twitter. Let's tweet that link out. Okay, and then put it on Instagram. One moment. Okay. All right, what's up, guys? I'm tweeting the link. I'm getting Instagram ready to go as well. Thank you so much, guys. I want you. So this live stream isn't gonna be first. I want you guys to ask me, right? What's going on with you guys? Your tutorial videos are much better than those in the Udemy paid ones. Thank you for that. I've actually heard a lot of people say very great things about my tutorials. And the thing about it is, when I was making those videos, I'm like, maybe people aren't gonna like them, but they get a really great reaction. Only quads. It's 410 in the UK. Wow, you are up grinding. You're still trying to get your first sale. What's your niche? Okay. I'm still trying to get this Instagram link to go up. So let's do Instagram. Trying to find winners before niching down. Okay, so your store is general. You're trying to find winners before you niche down. Well, when you say, okay, so with Google AdWords, general or niche store will work, right? But when you're saying, how are you testing products? How are you finding winners right now? What is your testing process right now? What does it look like? Okay, trying to get this. Okay. Add another tweet. Make more videos on AdWords and Facebook Business Manager. Got you. I definitely will. Let's see. Your videos are amazing, though. Thank you. Horrible losses. What do you mean horrible loss? Trying to find. You're okay. So you're testing with Facebook ads. That you need a much bigger budget when it comes to testing on Facebook, right? So on AdWords, let's say for a shopping campaign, which are my favorite type of campaigns, you start a shopping campaign, you put all the products you want to test in it, right? And you could test all your products at once. You don't have to necessarily do. If you watch today's video that I released earlier today, you don't necessarily have to test every single product one by one. You don't have to test ad creatives. You don't have to test audiences, ad sets. it's a much different ball game when it comes to Google. You could test much faster. You don't have to test one product at a time, and you can cut your losses faster on Google as well. Videos are amazing though. Send more questions. Send more questions. I'm getting this link out. I just got it out on Twitter. Boom. Well, that's the wrong link. Hold on. Save draft. Teach me Google. I'm weak. Teach me Google Shopping. Google Shopping is a baby. I love it. And that's fine. See, and that's the thing I preach, because different things click for different people, right? So Facebook ads are much harder to learn. Google Shopping ads are not that difficult when it comes to learning how to set those up. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. Okay, paste. Okay, so I got that link out. Google does not authorize me for Google. You have disadvantages on Google Shopping because you live in the Caribbean. Okay. You don't necessarily have to sell there. You could set up Google Shopping for different countries. So you could still test in the US. Google does not authorize me for Google Shopping. Well, Enrique, what's going on? What error messages are you getting? Is your feed just getting disapproved? Yes, the Realistic Entrepreneur. That's one of my favorite people on YouTube. Adam, I actually just saw. I screenshotted it earlier. I saw what his ad. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this, but I screenshotted it earlier. I was actually gonna DM him. Right, I saw one of his ads today. I was like, hey, he got a retail store. He got a retail store. When did you start? I started 2015 is when I got started. I got hit with that ad as well. Yeah. Okay, hang on. Okay. Okay, so I have all the links tweeted out. Let's do Snapchat. That's the only one I haven't done yet. So Snapchat. Okay. First YouTube Live. Swipe up. My story. Boom. Okay. Sorry, all the best. I'm sorry I have to leave. Thanks a lot for all your videos and training. No problem, Enrique. Might have to look into Google Shopping, but I don't want to bunny hop ad services. Well, I can't. I've heard it before. I think Einstein said it right. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting the same result. Right? If Facebook ads aren't working for you, make that switch. Google is where you can get. Google might be where you can get, your first sale. And I don't know if you watch another YouTuber, his name's Old Visions. Well, that's this channel name, but his name's actually Artie. He was using Facebook ads for months and in debt, right? And then switched to Google, had his first big profitable store. You know what I mean? You don't want to get stuck on Facebook because that's where you feel you've already invested your time. So you don't want to just sit there and keep going if it's not working. Does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. Definitely. You don't want to stay with Facebook if it's not working. Go ahead and try Google. Okay. So I have all the links tweeted out now. If Google Shopping Center CPC was 4 months, if Google Shopping Center CPC was 4 cents a month ago, I don't really understand the question. You ran a Google Shopping campaign a month ago and your CPC was 4 cents. Wayne, can you like elaborate on your question? Oh, did I even thank you guys yet? Not yet. Thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers if I haven't said that yet. No, we're on the road to right. What's good, bro? That real spill 95 from Instagram. What is up? What is up? OC's review. I think I remember seeing that name somewhere. I want to talk to you guys about. So ever since I started YouTube, because before YouTube, I was a person. I'm a very low key person. So I started to get a lot of messages, right? And that's one thing I'm gonna work on. I'm gonna work on getting to every single message, getting the response out to every single message. LeBron picked. Let's see. Today's same campaign CPC is 20 cents. So what could be Wayne? What could be happening is your product may be trending, right? So now, because Google works on an auction system, so your product may be trending up. So you go to Google Trends, type in your product, type in the name of your products to see what's going on with that. Because if it's the same campaign and you haven't really altered it or raised your bid or anything like that, and the CPC went from 4 cents, 20 cents, that means there's most likely a trend happening. Where's your course though? Let me buy that and offer a Skype call or something. So originally, I was gonna release a course way later in the future. You know, maybe at 100,000 subscribers. Maybe that's when I was planning on, you know, maybe releasing the course. But I don't think I actually don't know. I might not ever release a course, because right now well, it's not, I wouldn't say a negative like stigma around courses, because courses are a great thing. And one of the courses I actually promote is Marco's. He has a great AdWords course, but I could because okay, the key to personal branding is giving out free value, right? And then you monetize later. You can monetize your audience later. I can monetize with a course, or I can just focus on growing my brand and monetize in different ways. Yes, a course might help you guys, but I could just give you guys that content for free. And by the way, I do offer consultations. I don't really do them as often now. Right now, I'm only doing around maybe 2. I would only do 2, maybe 2 per day. That real spill, I just found you. Why can't all gurus be like you? Well, here's the thing about courses, right? I can drop a course today and make 6 figures from it, right? But here's the issue of that. My career is still in its infant stage, right? So of course now it doesn't make sense, right? Or I can just grow my brand exponentially and monetize. Well, because one thing I actually want to do is an entrepreneur clothing brand. I can grow my brand and drop that clothing brand and still monetize that way. It doesn't necessarily have to be a course, right? And with courses, one thing that I see people do right now is, of course, yes, there's $397, $497, right? People selling courses with content. Here's the thing. Every single course that you buy, you can find the content for free. That's not the point of the course. The point of the course is to shorten your learning curve. That's what I did it. I did it without a course, right? I learned most of the things I learned without course. You know what I mean? So you can't. Yes, you can find the info for free, but you want to go hunt for it for months, or buy a course. And yes, that is true. 90% of courses are trash. Honestly, total waste of money. So before I actually started my personal brand, before I started YouTube, I actually found some courses. I found some courses that were free downloads, and I downloaded them, and I actually bought some of these people's courses. I'm not gonna name drop anyone. Some of the courses really great. One of the courses I actually bought was Marco's, because I actually needed help with some search campaigns, and I've spoken to Marco. His course phenomenal, but his course isn't a Shopify course, right? It's straight AdWords, right? Most people, when they're thinking of a course, they want from start to finish. And when you go with courses like that, it ends up being very repetitive information that the person who's selling you that course has already put on YouTube. So there are a lot of courses where they just compiled their YouTube videos and reformatted it and sold that to you. That's what some courses are. I'm not going to drop any names, but if I was to drop a course, it would be a start to finish course. It wouldn't just be an AdWords course. It would be a course from how to start your Shopify business, 100% from start to finish. And even before the course would be released, I would actually have a lot of different YouTube entrepreneurs go through the course and review it. All right, I don't want to make something that I'm not proud of, or something that you guys later feel like I ripped you off or you didn't get enough value from. So that's all part of the reason why I want to give you something that's high quality. It's not about the money for me, right? And there's another thing you could do when it comes to courses that no one has thought of. You're selling courses for $397, $497, right? Well, you can easily do 6 figures, of course, right? But you're not getting a lot of emails. So what if you sold your course for maybe 30, 50, you know what I mean, emails to monetize that way? You don't necessarily have to have an expensive course. AdWords, I'm pumped about it. AdWords is the way to go, right? AdWords is the way to go. Think about it. You're trying to sell this product, right? You're trying to sell this. Well, you have 2 options. Well, you actually have multiple options, but just for this example, we're going to say you have Facebook and just AdWords. On Facebook, you have to go figure out who is obsessed with Apple products, right? That's what you need to go figure out when you go to Facebook. Or on AdWords, people who are looking to buy an iPhone will come to you, right? You don't have to hunt for your audience. You don't have to hunt for customers. They come to you. It's a no-brainer, especially if you're new to this and just getting started. It's a no-brainer. You're not going to spend a lot of money. A question I get with people who are using Facebook is, is my ad okay? What should I include in my video? You don't have to worry about that on AdWords. Text-based. Facebook is rigged against us unless you have big data or big budgets. Bingo. Facebook, you need the pixel. Without the pixel data, your campaign is trash. And that actually happened to me because I started with Google first. So when I went into Facebook, I didn't really understand the pixel and I didn't use it. I was literally just flushing money down the toilet. Google traffic, I call that buyer intent traffic, aka lukewarm traffic. Cold traffic doesn't know who your website is. They don't know your brand. Warm traffic is familiar with your brand. Lukewarm is familiar with that product. Do you recommend search ads or product listing ads? Product listing ads. Google shopping ads, love them. Why? They see the picture, name of the product. They see the price. They see free shipping, no tax. All the major information that they're going to go look for on your site, they see it right there. So when they're clicking that ad, they've already made a subconscious commitment. This is what I'm looking for. Product listing ads every time. every time. Now, I'm not saying search ads are bad, because search ads are a great way to get people into your funnel. Do you use I search more to place prices competitively, can't say that word, with shopping? No, I've actually never heard of that website, I search more. Let me take a look at it. I search more. I'm gonna take a look at that site. Marco made a video about it this week. Gonna Snapchat Marco and see what's going on with that, because I've never even heard of that site. Okay, can I get sales? What's the best way to start learning this business model? Are there people that's learn from? So there's a few people in this space that I personally trust. Where if you're not watching my content, I suggest Marco Rodriguez, the Realistic Entrepreneur, Old Visions, Artie. I suggest, and then the two major ones that I would go for is Dan De Silva and Alex Becker. Those are the 5 people that I would say go ahead and learn from. Everyone else, I'm not really big. Alexander's channel, go check that out too. Those are the people I trust when it comes to. Okay, Marco made a video. Can I get sales with a $100 budget when it comes to AdWords? Very likely for you to get sales with a campaign and your image is on point. You could get those sales. With search campaigns, if you could get those sales with $100. What about Ari? I haven't been able to check out his channel, but I am going to. Talent Kid, though, I like him. I think it's the second most recent one. Could be wrong. Okay, I'm actually gonna check out Ari's channel and see what's. I've seen him come up on when I log into YouTube. His videos are usually suggested, but I haven't watched any of his content. So I'm gonna check that out. I think it's the second one. What's the best way to start learning this business? Okay, I already answered that. Overthinking that. I'm overthinking that aspect of it. I'm finding shopping a bit tricky. Okay, so shopping campaigns. How do shopping campaigns work, and why are they so powerful? With shopping campaigns, right? You don't have to. Well, I wouldn't say you don't have to do keyword research, because you do, but you just don't have to worry about what's working and what's not working from the beginning. So what do I mean by that? When you set up a shopping campaign, title, description, price, all that stuff, right? So for example, this phone. So it's going to be iPhone X, right? If someone goes onto Google and types in iPhone X, Google is going to recognize that your product is also an iPhone X and show that ad to them, right? You don't have to do a lot when it comes to keyword research, but you do want to make sure your description and titles are keyword dense. Ari's nice and gives great value. You and him are my favorite too, but he uses Facebook ads instead. Yeah, thank you so much for that. Facebook ads do work. They do have their place. They're great for retargeting. They're great for affiliate marketing. That's what I use Facebook mostly for. Google Shopping ads or AdWords. People always ask that, like it's 2 separate platforms. It's all the same platform. Google Shopping ads are just a type of campaign, and I recommend shopping ads when you're just getting started. Yeah, I was thinking with enough data, you could crush it with lookalikes. Oh, for sure. For sure, you can crush it with lookalike audiences on Facebook. That's why the pixel is so powerful. That's why Facebook works, right? You could definitely kill it if you have enough data for a lookalike audience. But lookalike audiences are tricky, because other time it won't. Maybe 3% will work. So you have to test all the variations of it, but they do definitely work in general. When do you kill your Google ads? So what I focus on especially for Google Shopping ads, I sell more expensive products. I don't know if you guys have seen my Instagram. I like selling more expensive products, because that's where Google Shopping ads really shine. So depending on the product, right? So let's say, okay, I have to word this carefully without giving up my product. So let's say my margin, right? Let's say I make 110. Well, I do make around $110 per every single one. So $110 is my profit for the product I'm selling, right? So for me, when I start that campaign, I'm willing to spend all of that to find what works, right? I'm willing to spend up to my profit when it comes to more high ticket stuff. How to identify winning products which will work for Google Shopping. Google Shopping ads are perfect for products that are super specific. What do I mean by that? Get on Google and try to sell a hat with a shopping campaign, unless that hat is super specific, right? So I have a friend, he's a Facebook ads type of guy, right? And he's just getting into shopping ads, and he was selling bracelets, right? But bracelets, here's the issue with that. He wasn't selling any type of unique type of bracelet, right? It was just, I don't want to give away his niche, but it was a type of bracelet within a certain niche, right? But there's so many variants of them that the traffic you're getting is just interest. They're just interested in it, but their card is not ready to go to buy. They're just interested, like, is this what I want? So you want products that are super specific. So a type of bracelet that's super specific would be the solar system bracelet, right? It just has the solar system. There's only 2 variants of that product. So if someone types in solar system bracelet, see what I'm saying? Your ad comes up, perfect match, conversion. What's a good amount to start this business model? Realistically speaking, if you're using Google, just for your ad budget, $100. First of all, you get $100 for free. So $100 to $200 for your ad budget, perfectly fine. And with Google, you can start with $10 a day, right? That's realistically speaking. I wouldn't say that for Facebook when you're just getting started, because you have to aggressively test different products. Can I get decent sales without a funnel with shopping ads? Can I get decent sales without a funnel with shopping ads and AdWords? You can kill it, right? So this is actually what I'm in the process of working on, is building a landing page for my best-selling product. I have to keep catching myself so I don't, share my niche in product. But my best-selling product, I'm actually building a ClickFunnels page for a landing page for it, and I'm going to test it with AdWords. I'm actually going to use both shopping ads and AdWords. But I've seen other people, Dan DeSilva kills it. Most people don't know that Dan uses AdWords as well, but he kills it with funnels to shopping ads, funnels with AdWords. So you can definitely get decent sales. You could get decent sales with funnels. Where to find high ticket products for dropshipping? High ticket products, you don't use AliExpress. Well, I don't. So here's how. Thank you. So here's how high ticket works, right? Quickly, I'm gonna start making more content around high ticket, because that's actually where I want to push you guys to. Because high ticket, in my personal opinion, is much more sustainable than low ticket, because you don't have to keep finding trendy products to sell. Because a good high ticket product is basically trending, or not necessarily trending, but it's in season all year long. So your sales will stay consistent. So where do you find high ticket products? Well, you come up with your niche ideas and you do research on them to see what the search volume is. And then you go actually to the manufacturers of those products, right? That's what people don't know. So for example, let's say you wanted to sell, okay, so right now I'm using a ring light, right? So the ring light I'm using, it's a Newer, that's the brand, it's called Newer. So if I want to set up a store to sell ring lights, I would go and email Newer and say, hey, my name is Ebenezer Frimpong. I own a store, blah, blah, blah.com. We sell ring lights, and we would love to work with you and become an e-commerce retail partner, right? They'll send you an application, you fill that application out, send it in, you get approved, boom, you're selling you're now high ticket dropshipping. And it's just like a $200 or $300 ring light, right? So that's one place you could go. That's one place you could go. That's one way you could do it. And the other way is called Sale Who. Well, I start getting okay, let me answer this. Okay, so another place you guys could go is called salewho.com. But that's a paid platform. It's $69 for the entire year, but it has like 8,000 suppliers on there. Will I start getting sales within 1 week of Google Shopping ads, since it takes days to get approved? you should be able to get sales with Google Shopping ads if your title, description, and everything else is in order, aligned, keyword dense. You should be good to go. You should be able to get sales within that first week. Some shopping campaigns, depending on your product, literally the minute your campaign goes live, within a few minutes, you're getting sales. Right? Shopping campaigns are so powerful. So yeah, Sale Who works. No, of course that's not an affiliate link. But yeah, you could go ahead and check out Sale Who. It is $69 a year though. It's better than $69 a month. It used to be $69 for a lifetime access, and that's what I have. So I'm grandfathered in, but everyone else has to pay $69 a year. What price range do you recommend your shopping ads is for beginner? I mean the products. So I think you're asking what your price range should be for your products. With Google Shopping, the more expensive your product, the better. So you don't want to go sell a $9.99 item on Google Shopping. You don't want to do that. The more expensive, the better. So you want to aim for mid to high ticket. So mid is around $30 to $50. So around $30 and up is where you really want to aim for with shopping ads. How do you set up your bidding with shopping and AdWords? So with shopping, I start my shopping ads at maximize clicks, because maximize clicks, I get the data faster, right? I get data faster. I see, because I want to see I want to get those search terms. I can go ahead and start excluding search terms, making them negative quickly, right? You can't go with manual, but I go with maximize clicks and I start at $1, right? Once I start getting that data in, $1, I use that as a starting point. So I could go, okay, so my keywords are converting, are around 90 cents, 98 cents. Then I'm going to increase my bid. But if the keywords are converting around 50 cents, right, I'm going to lower my bid. Does that make sense? $1 is just my starting point. And then later, once you have enough data, you can switch to enhanced conversions, or you could use target return on ad spend. Which country should I target as a beginner? Hold on. Which country should I target as a beginner? United States, Canada, basically the big five. As long as your supply can ship to those countries, target the big five. Because it's not like Facebook where you're paying based on people's attention, right? So your ad costs in those big five countries can be relatively around the same price or lower, right? You don't have to fight based on attention. You're not bidding based on attention, right? So on Facebook, advertising in Africa and any of the African countries are typically much cheaper than advertising in the big five. It's not the same thing with how many products do you put in a campaign? Okay, let me answer that first. Okay, so how many products do you put in a campaign? So in a shopping campaign, you can have, the most I ever have in one single campaign is 30, but you can have much more than that, because you're not paying based on impressions. You're only paying based on, what's that? I don't know. I just lost my. You're only paying based on the clicks, right? So if so let's say you have 30 products in your campaign. If someone says, okay, they found this they search for something and one of your products comes up. Once that product comes up and they click, that's when you pay. You're not paying necessarily for all your products at once, if that makes sense. This might be insensitive. How much profit have you made so far this year? So personally, I don't share my numbers. But this year, last month, I'm normally around the 15 mark profit. What's a winning CPC for Google Shopping? That's not, I wouldn't say there's a winning CPC, because that depends solely on your niche and your products, right? So one niche, your CPC could be, 60 cents, right? But for me, right, with my current store, my CPC is around $1.28. You know what I mean? So it can vary. So there's no way to give you a winning CPC. How many products should I test? if you're setting up your store, if you're new to this, you're setting up your store, you can have one shopping campaign just to test multiple products. So you can test as many as you like. Just make sure you allocate a bigger budget to that campaign. Right. So what would you recommend for? What are you talking about? Earth movement? Are you talking about CPC wise? How to find buyer intent keywords? Okay, so KK, go install. It's called Keywords Everywhere. Go install this into your Chrome browser. That's how you find buyer intent keywords. And buyer intent keywords typically have the name of the product in it. Does that make sense? So instead of someone typing in, say this one would be a good example. Okay, so this is a laptop case, right? So instead of someone typing in laptop cases for MacBooks, right? If someone types in the exact brand of this, which is called Tom Talk, someone types in Tom Talk MacBook case, that's a buyer intent keyword, rather than someone just typing in general laptop MacBook case. I hope that makes sense. Okay. All right, so what would you recommend for 15 products? Your budget for 15 products, start at $10. $10 is it's perfectly fine. Rough estimate for a daily ad project. A rough estimate for a daily ad budget per product. So if you're testing, it doesn't really matter what your daily ad budget is. Your ad budget isn't going to be divided by product, so it doesn't necessarily matter there. Shopping sounds like gold. Shopping is gold. Shopping ads are definitely gold. And once I start diving deeper into high ticket, you guys will fully understand why I love shopping ads. All right, imagine selling. What's a good product? Let's see. Imagine selling. Let's say a gold coffee table, right? Say you want to sell $1,000 gold coffee table, right? If someone goes onto Google and types in the brand of that product, like let's say the Frimpong gold coffee table Mark II, and your ad comes up, you're most likely going to get that conversion because that customer already knows exactly what they want and your ad came up for it. That's why shopping ads are so powerful, especially when it comes to high ticket. With AdWords, you get most of your traffic from exact keywords, phrases. If you're using shopping campaigns, most of them are going to be exact. Practically all of them are exact keyword matches. But if you're using search campaigns, my favorite type of keywords that I like to use for search campaigns is phrase exact, and modified broad. I don't use broad at all. Yes, you don't want to get too targeted when you first start though. So you don't want to start a campaign that has 10 exact match keywords in it, right? Because now you're limiting your search impression share with the exact, right? So you could go from phrase and modified broad. Modified broad, I'm getting weird stuff. What do you mean? And hi, Techno Creator. Just not relevant. Get rid of them. They're not relevant. Get rid of them. Which ones are relevant? Are phrase matches relevant? Keep them. Yeah, keep them. Get rid of. Kick the modified broad to the curb. Create it. Yep, 1,000 subscribers. 5K is up next. I killed it. Google makes so much sense. It literally gives you the data, but people don't know about Google. People would rather go to Facebook because. Give me 1 second. Yeah, you can cut that. Google. Next target 50K. Of course. Next target is definitely 50K. 1 million plus. Oh, I can't. The day I get to 1 million, I actually don't know what I would do. Like, I actually don't know what I would do. I think the only person that has 1K, there's only, like, I think Ty Lopez and Gary V. Maybe Grant Cardone. I'm not sure. Send more questions. More questions in. Send more. Send more in. You guys. Five likes, 6 likes. 15. So 15 decent products. 15 decent products. Strong looking store. $10 a day with shop ads. Perfect. You can expect some love. Yep. And with stores, with your store, I've done a lot of store reviews now, right? And most of the stores y'all send me aren't that great. I know it sounds kind of mean, but most of your stores are built like you want to get rich quick, and customers know that. You guys, like, you forget that there's another person on the side of that screen that's making that purchase, that's about to make that purchase. And when you guys yourselves are shopping online, all the things that you guys look for when you go to an online store, you guys forget to include those on when you guys build online stores. You forget to think like a consumer. I'll check that out right now. Movementstore.com. Problem live streams when I'm crushing it. Check mine out. Okay, so I'm actually not good at live streams yet. So I know there's a way where you can, like, open it up here and, like, you guys can see it as well, but I don't know how to do that. So I'm gonna take a look at that after. I'm gonna move into high ticket. How much time will it take to get the payment from Shopify? Shopify runs on a rolling basis. I don't know what just happened. But yeah, Shopify operates on a rolling basis. So if you get paid, if you get a sale today, it will be your first sale is held. Your first sale, well, no, that's with Stripe. Your first sale is heard with Stripe for about 7 days. But after that, around 3 to 7, and you should 3 days, I believe, and you should go ahead. With high ticket, most of the time you're gonna have to use Stripe. House is a high ticket item. So a high ticket item for me, you could start at $200, but you would rather go with products that cost, upwards of 600, 800, 1,000 or more when you're speaking of high ticket. 200 is great when you're first getting started, but I would recommend going much higher than that. And I know it sounds intimidating, like, wow, I don't think I can sell $1,000 product or $2,000 product, but you definitely can, right? So aim for higher priced items. Cool. So, bro, I think we talked. Yeah, I do remember foodie bags. I do remember that. Hey, Ethan is here. What is up? What is up? Everyone's waiting for your return on YouTube, Ethan. Hold on, let me get on Snapchat. Look who it is. Ethan just joined the live stream. How to take that a little higher. I completely understand. I'm actually about to take a little hiatus off of social media. If you guys don't know who Ethan is, go check out his channel. His channel is fire, and he has some dope content coming out soon for you guys to watch as well. Send the questions in. Come on, guys. Ethan, I'm teaching people about high-ticket dropshipping. Check out a landing page and let me know what you think. The one you sent, yes, I'll go ahead and check that out. I'm gonna have to get some pointers from Ethan later about live streams, because I don't think, because when he does live streams, he's able to like pull up different things so you guys can see it as well. I have no idea how to do that yet, so I'm gonna actually ask Ethan later about that. Use OBS. His channel is called Brotherhood. Use OBS. That's what it's called, OBS. Open broadcast software. Okay, I'll download that. What did you use to stream? I just went to YouTube and just hit that live stream button. That's what I did. What do you use? I've heard about OBS. So okay, I see it here. So I'm gonna look into that. Okay, best advice for a beginner. Best advice for a beginner with tight budget of $140. Build a store, right? Build a niche store, focus on upsells, focus on traffic, focus on relevant traffic, right? So with your store, with $140, that's more than enough to get some results. You want to find all your products in your store have to be unique. All the products that you're going to run campaigns to have to be unique. Now, you can have products that you're not going to run ads to, and you can use those as upsells. So your entire focus should be getting that traffic and making sure you sell them when they get to your store. You want to use scarcity. If you're not using, well, you should be using scarcity because I assume you're low ticket. You need to pump them with upsells so you increase your average order value. That's the best advice I have for you. And another thing you could do is, let's say you're selling this tripod. It's not really free because the price is included in this. So you could stack things. So you have to figure out what works for your niche. Not well enough. Owl pots. See, owl pots wouldn't work. Owl pots wouldn't. I'm sorry about the lag, guys. Owl pots would not work for Google because there's only like 140 monthly searches for it. Go to gardening when you can, no stress. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take a look at that, but owl pots aren't gonna work for Google Shopping. How do you spell the website for high ticket items? It's called Sell Who, but you sell who second, because Sell Who isn't free; it costs money. The first way you could do is just going directly to the manufacturer. Do you have a video on Facebook lookalike? No, I do not. Lag. Is it still lagging? Let me close some tabs. Gonna install OBS right after this, once this live stream is over. Okay. How many keyword searches are you looking for minimum for shopping ads? So minimum monthly. So with low ticket, you don't. This is a tough question because with low ticket, you don't need a lot of searches, right? To start getting results. So with low ticket, 1,000 or more monthly searches, which sounds low, it does sound low, but 1,000 monthly searches, you should be fine, because keep in mind that keyword that you see that has 1,000 monthly searches, there's other keywords related to it, so they all add up. But for high ticket, you're aiming for 50,000 or more in monthly searches, right? Because you just need a small piece of that pie. It's hard to compete with Wayfair. What's the best advice regarding that? When it comes to high ticket, when you go, that's a question I get a lot, right? When you go into high ticket Shopify, don't go in thinking you're competing with them. You want to find products. You want to find products that have MAP pricing. MAP pricing is minimum advertised pricing. So that MAP pricing is the reason why this phone costs $1,000 no matter where you go, right? If you go to Best Buy, Walmart, doesn't matter. It's going to be $1,000 because they have to advertise at that price. So you want to work with suppliers that only have MAP pricing, because your price and Wayfair's price will be exactly the same. So you're not competing on price. It's hard to compete with Wayfair. Okay, just saying that. How to deal with shipping times? So with high ticket, shipping times, long shipping times don't exist. 3 to 7 days, your customer is getting their product, because most of them are USA suppliers. Low ticket, what I normally do, I always have verbiage on my site that says, you know, we have a large volume of orders. You know, we have multiple distribution channels worldwide. Your product can take up to 2 weeks to get to you. That's how I deal with shipping times. If it takes longer, I usually give them a free product because it's low ticket. You can afford to do that. High ticket, you know, you can't do that. How do you contact suppliers? I'm actually going to make a template for you guys that you guys can use. It's the same way I contact suppliers. But you basically, with high ticket, you don't want to go in sounding like a beginner, right? You want to go in and sound like you know exactly what you're doing. So let's say you emailed a ring light supplier and said, hey, I'm a beginner. Hey, I'm just getting started. I'm setting up this online store to sell ring lights. You know, I would like to work with you guys. There's a 99% chance they will decline you. But if you go in and say, hey, my name is Ebenezer Frimpong. I have an online store, ringlights.com. You know, we're looking to add another, we're looking to partner with we're looking to become a retail partner for you guys, an e-commerce retail partner, you know, to sell your brand. You're going to get a response. So you don't want to sound like a beginner. Okay. So those hours of all the relevant. So until I have about 7,000 searches. So those hours of all the relevant from what I could tell keywords, I have about 7,000 searches a month. That would like to be enough. Yeah, that would definitely be enough. And like I said, just use keywords everywhere. Okay. Recommended niches to get into. So the baby niche. Here's why. And I actually planned on making a video on this, but I'll go ahead and tell you. So the reason why the baby niche is my favorite, because the baby niche is on the spectrum, right? So I'm talking about maternity stage to the time the baby's born, right? Maternity stage to the time the baby's born, to their toddler stage, to they're around 5 or 6. You can sell products varying across all of them. That's why I like the baby niche. And that's the niche I'm actually in. Keywords everywhere. Okay, you're winning products. You're winning products. So with my best selling product now, the monthly searches for that is around 8,000. Team Limitless, you're kind of on to me. You're kind of, but yeah, sorta. So you're selling high ticket. Yep. Yep, it is a high ticket store. $80 profit. No. With high ticket, if you're selling upwards of the 1,000, 2,000 range, you can get around $400, $600 profit per order. Right? You're not working with those baby numbers anymore. Because here's the thing, right? So with high ticket, right? With high ticket, that's how high ticket is. Yes, bigger profit margins, much bigger profit margins. So with low ticket, you have to say, let's say you're selling a $9.99 bracelet that you make $6 profit from, right? To make $1,000 profit in that day, you have to sell 166 of those bracelets in that day. So you need 166 orders, right? But if you're selling a product where you have a profit margin of $200, you sell 5 and you made that same $1,000 profit, but you sold much less work. That's why high ticket, and with high ticket, right? With high ticket, your margins are bigger, therefore you have more to spend on advertising. You're not penny pinching. Yep, Shopify still. But a high ticket store and a low ticket store would never look alike. Well, once I start teaching you guys all that, you'll see a high ticket store looks like there's a multi-million-dollar corporation behind it. Price range of mid-ticket items. Mid-ticket is anything $30 to around $200. is what I would call mid-ticket. Right. I don't use any of the Shopify themes for low ticket. I bought my themes from Theme Forest. So it's right, Theme Forest. And with high ticket, you don't get a lot of orders per day. So you get around 3 to 5 orders per day, but you still made a lot of money that day. So 3 to 5 orders is still a good day. So high ticket is definitely where I want to push you guys. I definitely want to push you guys to high ticket. But and you can scale up. Yep. And with high ticket, whoops. With high ticket, it's great, but at the same time, it's a longer process than low ticket, right? So if you wanted to start an AliExpress store, you could do that within hours, right? You could do your product research in the morning. Later there in the day, you could build your store. You could go live, and you could go live, that same day. High ticket is a high ticket market, same marketing budget. So it's the same marketing budget, because your CPC, depending on your product, is going to be a little higher. But keep in mind, the buyer intent keywords have the name of the product in it. Your budget can still say this. You can start with $10 today with a high ticket store and get a sale. Does that make sense? It's the same budget. Same budget. More questions. More questions. I'm going to give you guys an example of a high ticket store. Hold on a sec. Oh, and Wayfair, retail suppliers there. Yeah, they know your dropshipping. When you use the term e-commerce retailer, they know your dropshipping. And some suppliers actually have a dropshipping application. Got to go with this has to be recorded and uploaded. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Definitely. I'm gonna make it public. Yo, bro, I gotta head out. Keep killing the. Hey, great talking to you, Ethan. I'll see you later. I'm gonna text you later. I'm gonna push mid-ticket products. I'm gonna push mid-ticket products on shopping with that store and build out a high-ticket store on the side. Great idea. So this session will be recorded. An example. Oh, yeah, let me send that store for you and get the name. So it's myparlorroom.com. It's a high ticket store. Now, the only reason I know that's a high ticket store because I almost bought it last year. It was on sale on Flippa. People getting slaughtered with Facebook. Yeah, people will still get slaughtered with Facebook. I'm gonna start, bro. I don't know if you've seen my channel, but I only got like 4 uploads, but my subs are booming. Example, I want to start a channel like yours. So I personally, I think I have the YouTube algorithm figured out. So if you go look at most of my videos, I practically rank for every single keyword, every single tag, right? I pretty much later I'm gonna go into personal branding videos because I'm getting very good at it. Like Team Limitless, So I didn't use YouTube ads. So what I did, what I did for YouTube, well, actually, I'm not gonna lie. I did use YouTube ads in the beginning, right? And then I paid attention to other major entrepreneurs that also use YouTube ads. And what I noticed is the people who use YouTube ads, you can easily get a lot of subscribers because YouTube ads cost like 2 cents, right? Very cheap. But what I noticed is they'll have a lot of subscribers, but very low retention rates, right? Low engagement on their videos. So I didn't kill her. I killed it. I paused the campaign. And then I went with Instagram. So I started funneling people in from Instagram, and those subscribers watch. You know, they're not just there for entertainment. They actually watch. Is Marco your mentor? No, I didn't have a mentor. Well, I didn't have a mentor. Marco helped me with search campaigns. But Marco's channel, if you guys haven't checked it out, go ahead and check that out. Alex Becker is killing it with it. Yeah, I literally see Alex Becker ads everywhere. And I see there's another guy named like Joe Quinn Corellis. I don't know if I say that right, but his ads are everywhere. His YouTube ads. Sam Ovens. I've seen so many Sam Ovens ads today. It's my head hurts. What else? Who else's ads do I see a lot on YouTube? That's those three are the people I see a ton. Joe Quinn's ads are on Instagram as well. But definitely, I do definitely think personal branding is definitely the new wave. Send more questions. Send more questions. Hey, we should, yeah, DM me on Instagram. Okay. Keep the questions coming. I know. What's your ratio of shopping ads? Shop ads, right? I like for this store I have right now. I haven't even started with search campaigns. It's all shopping because there's no. Well, I'm gonna say there's no point in running a search campaign first because there is shopping campaigns. People see, shopping definitely converts much higher. With shopping campaigns, people see all the info they need right there. But with search campaigns, you can get people into your funnel that way. So let's say people type in the name of my product and then add reviews to it, right? I could search to bring those people in and send them to a review page, get them familiar with my store, they'll go through reviews and then retarget them later. Or after the reviews, at the bottom, I can say, I can offer them a discount, send them the product. You could get people into your funnel with search campaigns. I think I figured it out, especially it took a while to get it out. Yeah, shopping campaigns are definitely my go-to, especially if you're high ticket shopping campaigns. Shopping campaigns are practically, I'm gonna say this, shopping campaigns are practically all you need when it comes to high ticket. Super inspired. Dope, man. I'm glad I was able to inspire you, man. Oh, I've been on here for an hour. Wow. Originally, I actually only got on here thinking I'm only going to be here for like 30 minutes, but it's not. What differentiates your store from this store? What differentiates your store from just a store and a brand? So right there, my store isn't just a store. It is a brand. And how do I do that? And how do I do? I know. Okay, I thought that was the same guy. Okay, so how do I do that? When you get to my store, it's not the same basic layout that everyone's used to. When people get to my store, they feel like the customer service aspect is given right there. So you can give us a call, right? Emails. I make my store very open and friendly. A lot of trust goes into it, building a brand that way too, because I want those referrals. I want people to say, oh, I bought this product from here, go ahead and check it out. So that's what differentiates my store from just a store and a brand. My store is a brand because that's how I build my high ticket stores. I do not know Google Ads. Does Marco's course start from scratch for a typical newbie? Yes, Marco's course starts right from scratch, and it even shows you what layout to how to lay out your columns, how to lay out your columns. So yeah, his course starts from, but his course isn't a Shopify course. Don't get that confused. His course is a straight AdWords course. Of course, you're gonna crush the game. Whoa, 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 whoa! Do not buy a $200 theme. No, 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 no. I've never even spent $200 on a theme. The most I've spent on a theme from ThemeForest is $60. You do not need $200 on a theme. Slow your roll. If you go to to ThemeForest and go to Shopify section, use something called Premium Leaks. I have no idea what that is. They leak themes for free. Gonna check them out. So if you go to ThemeForest, if you use ThemeForest, just go. There's certain themes where it comes in a bundle. So we'll have like 40 layouts, 40 different great layouts in one package for about $60. What is up? What is up, Nobi? Hey, you guys need to go check out Davi's music. Davi's song is the song I used in my second YouTube video was Davi's song. So many people selling themes for $200, $300. I couldn't even imagine spending that much on a theme. Like it doesn't make sense because I could get a high quality theme for $60. It's everywhere. Check out. Do you use virtual assistants? No, I don't use virtual assistants. I actually do everything myself. Like the only thing, okay. So what I do for my store, I use Google Voice for customer service, and it goes straight to voicemail that's automated, and then I just give them a call back. So I do everything myself because with a high ticket store, you're not getting a lot of email. You're not getting a lot of orders. It's around usually 3 to 5 orders per day. And then I do have another store. It's more general. That store it's low tickets from AliExpress. That store I'm most likely gonna sell. I'm gonna strictly focus on high ticket. And even with that store, it's not a lot of work either. People don't really email a lot. It's also in the baby niche, and I use that store to funnel people to my high ticket store. This is amazing. Team Premium Leaks Hub. This is amazing. Courses. Try the okay. So I did not know about Premium Leaks Hub. Only quads. Welcome back. Send more questions in, guys. I'm gonna eat a cookie if you guys don't mind. I have a sugar problem, and I'm working on it. I'm hungry as fuck. I'm not. I'm addicted to sugar, but I'm working on it. My friends yell at me for it all the time. How much? My first successful store was like $200. Literally, the campaign went live, and I got sales that same day. And when I got started, I had no idea. I had no idea that Facebook advertising was a thing, because I was in high school. I didn't use Facebook anymore. I didn't care. Empire Theme Supply. That was the thing that's $80. Empire Theme Supply, my Shopify. Okay, let's see. This is, I don't know if you guys can hear me. Okay. Oh, this is a nice thing. This looks just like the one from Parlor Room. Similar. And oh, it is that one, huh? And I'll actually show you guys in a future video. I'll show you guys how to find the theme for any store that you find. Right, they bought from Theme Forest. I can show you how to find it. And how long did it take you to see success? So dropshipping has been a long journey for me. 2015 is when I first started seeing success, but I started way longer than that. So I started when I started dropshipping, I didn't know it was called dropshipping. I thought I had just stumbled on this great idea that nobody else was doing, you know, or eureka moment. So I started roughly, I would say, my 7th or 8th grade. So from there, all the way to high school, to my senior year. Exactly when a nice theme. And with high ticket, that's when you can use Google reviews. Low ticket, it's really not worth it. It's not worth installing. It's just not worth it at all because they get the product super late. The reviews aren't going to be that great anyway. But with high ticket, you know, they're getting products faster. They paid a lot more for it. You get better reviews that way. Definitely good. Send more questions in. Send more questions in. No, Wayfair is a dropship store. It is a dropship website. So 90% of the stuff on there are being dropshipped by Wayfair, and you could use it for supplier research. Yep. Most people don't know that. It started out as it used to be called Wayfair used to be called something completely different, and then they rebranded. Can't remember what it's called. Best advice on finding trends before everyone else. Twitter. like Twitter. People don't think about it. Twitter. Go to Twitter. Twitter, because there's a product right. Twitter and Instagram. There's a product right now that's trending. It's a water bottle dog bracelet. We're not a dog bracelet. What am I saying? It's a water bottle, but it's a dog collar. Right, it's a product that I've seen a lot on Instagram. I saw a video, I think Insider Stories has over 600,000 views. And for using Twitter to find products, find trends, follow all those big random accounts. So what do I mean? So like there'll be accounts like beautiful black girl, and they'll have 80,000 followers. Follow the account. You want to follow accounts like that, because the minute those accounts are what make products trend. So let's say this product comes out, right? If they tweet about it, because they're usually using well, Twitter just got rid of them, but I forgot what it's called. They're using a tweet deck very quickly. And there's a product that I actually found from Twitter that I did really well with. Well, it wasn't a product I found. So it was a video. Let me tell you guys a story. So it was a video of these thieves going up to a Mercedes with like a computer and this thing. They didn't need the key, right? And one guy stood by the house to get the key signal to the computer that he had, and then bounce the signal from there to the other guy by the car to start the car, right? They didn't need the key, right? All they had to do was redirect the signal. And that video went viral. I think this was towards the end of last year. Yeah, it was last year, towards the end of last year. The video went viral. So what did I do? I took that video and I'm like, okay, this video is going viral. A lot of people are starting to wonder, okay, my key signal can be hacked. I went to AliExpress and found a pouch that you put your key in, and it blocks the signal. So what happened to that Mercedes can't happen to you. Took that video, took that product, combined it together. Cha-ching. So Twitter is a great place for finding products that trend or coming up with product ideas. Keep sending them in. Send in the questions. Kind of out of water. My brother's upstairs, so I'm going to text them. Do you make money doing search ads? You can make money both ways, but I prefer shopping ads because I'm more of a high ticket dropshipper. So shopping ads work the best. Which theme would you recommend? I actually have a theme folder. Let me give you my favorite one that I prefer. It has multiple layouts. So give me 1 second. See, no one else would tell you this, but I'm going to tell you. So the theme, my favorite theme right now it's called Your Store 22 Layout. That's what it's called. That's it's very expensive and has 22 different layouts, fully customizable. That's my favorite theme that I bought from Theme Forest. Can you give me some water? Yeah. Let me know if you find it. Okay. See, would you recommend? I have so many. Yeah. Send more questions in. Send more questions in. Thank you. What do you think about the venture theme? Never used it. The only themes I use from Shopify are Brooklyn, Narrative, and Debut. And if you're using like the free themes, those are the 3 themes I recommend: Brooklyn, Debut, and Narrative. Narrative is the newest one. And if you're doing a single product, Jump also works really well. Earth Movement, did you find? Oh, perfect. You found it. Yep. And that's 22 different layouts. And once you buy it, even if you have a problem with the theme, you have like 6 months. The developer will be able to log into your store. They'll be able to fix stuff for you. But it doesn't really have a lot of problems, and you get all the new updates as well. Sherry, what is up? What is up, man? Congrats on 1K. Definitely hit me up regarding Instagram time to talk. Definitely, I'm definitely gonna hit you up later. Send more questions in. I'm gonna try to start making, because my goal of YouTube, is to get. I'm back. So how accurate is Google Forecast? How accurate is Google Forecast is while keyword researching? I don't really understand your question. Best email marketing funnel. Are you talking about the the actual email swipes? What's your motivation to do e-commerce? So e-commerce, I think me and Shiri have actually talked about this before. E-commerce for me is just a step stool, right? So I'm not in e-commerce to stay in it. I'm not in here for the long term, right? So my goal is actually to build my own brands, right? I'm not always gonna the dropship model is beautiful, but my motivation to do this is because I know I can use the success from e-commerce to build other bigger brands, bigger things. For example, and combine that with a personal brand. Excellent, right? So I'm actually going to go into real estate. I'm going into real estate. I want my own clothing brands, and not just a t-shirt line or anything. I actually want clothing brands, like jerseys, stuff like that. I actually want my own fashion house. E-commerce is just the step stool that I can use to get to those things, like sequence-wise. So, hold on. The sequence in e-commerce is completely different from affiliate marketing. So if you're in e-commerce, the first email you send, you want to thank the customer, right? You want to thank the customer for joining your list, and offer them a coupon, right? You don't want to shove a product down their throat. You don't want to recommend different products right there and then. You want to give value, right? So that's the first email. And at the end, you could just add a general coupon. And then the next one, you can start to warm them up to your product. So the product that you want to push onto them. Well, not push onto them, that sounds wrong, but like recommend. Well, the product you're trying to sell to them. So the second email is, let's say they bought this. So your second email will say, hey, we know you recently bought this. This will go great with it. Right, and right there you offer them a coupon, and then you want to check your open rates. But with affiliate marketing, it's much longer. So you're warming them up multiple times before you hit them with that sale. I mean, the AdWords forecast tool is pretty accurate, right? But that depends on your niche. That depends on your niche, though, right? And depends on the product. But the forecast tool doesn't work for shopping campaigns. What do you think about Richard's course? Okay, hold on. I'll get to that. So, where was I at? Have you ever tested? Yeah, AdWords forecast, very accurate when it comes to search. It doesn't work for shopping campaigns, and it also depends on your product and niche. It's a great tool to get started so you could gauge. Have you ever tested worldwide targeting on Google Shopping? No, I never do. I never do all my countries in the same ad. I break them up. So I've never done worldwide like that. Awesome, but the same here. Good luck on your journey. Thank you, Siri. The same to you as well. What do you think about Richard's course? So I looked into his course. I found him on YouTube. He had 94 subscribers. First of all, there's a couple of things that I think that man is doing wrong. The first thing I noticed is 94 subscribers, and he's pushing a course, $1,000 course right off the bat, right? So first of all, he has no fan. He doesn't have a fan base or a customer base or whatever to be pushing a course, especially $1,000 course. So I'm just, because common sense would tell you to build an audience first. I didn't look into his Facebook group, and then the second thing I noticed is I watched his webinar. I watched his webinar, and I actually tweeted about it after watching it. It doesn't give. I want to be real with you guys. So I watched the webinar. Didn't seem organized. It seemed like it was put to get earth movement. Basically, it seems sketchy. Everything about him seems a little sketchy to me. I just don't. I don't know. I just don't get the same vibe that I get from like the 5 people that I recommended. $1,000 for a course is pretty steep. He's not Ty Lopez. Like you know what I mean? Share it typers. I have never even heard of that person. Let me put that in my notes. Ty Lopez is one of the best. Personally, I think he's one of the best digital marketers out here. He made $2 million in 1 month with Google. Even that is okay. I don't want to sound sketchy, but like even $2 million a month even sounds sketch because how do I do this? Okay, $2 million a month with Google Shopping ads. I use Google Shopping ads. I'm not saying it's not possible, but with low ticket, Come on now. Like with low ticket, I personally don't think you could hit 2 million with low ticket with Google Shopping ads. I just don't think it's gonna happen, right? That's my personal opinion. It may be true for him. I'll go ahead and I think I'll actually. Would you guys actually like that if I bought courses and review them on my channel? Like I'll just start buying courses and just reviewing them. Endless summer strategies. Let me finish typing that up. Strategy. Okay, got it. Okay, yeah, that's the move. Okay, so I'll start doing that. I'll start buying courses and reviewing them. Whose courses though? Let me go back to the notes. Courses. Let's review. Okay. Ecom beef. Let's do of course I got a lot is Hayden Bows. Do you retarget? Of course you want to retarget. Retargeting ads are profitable no matter whether you're using Facebook or Google. Hayden Bows. So his course. Sanders. Yeah, so I'll definitely do that because I haven't seen any channels doing that. I know there's a blogger, there's an entrepreneur blogger that does review courses. Let me see how much time it took. So my very first e-commerce store, it was a Wix site and it was 7th or 8th grade. But my first successful store was around 2015, 2016. Let me get this blogger up for you guys so you guys can. All right, I'm trying to find. Hold on a second. A review. Okay, I found the website. I think your time is better spent providing value than reviewing this course. We don't know who's. You can tell right away it's about energy. Even deal with his ridiculous titles and condescending attitude. Hayden, I actually used to really like Hayden until that whole Boomo situation. That's when I realized, okay, that's when it started to like click to me, like people are actually on here, you know, lying. So here's that. So that I don't really know his name, but I know he reviews a lot of courses. So even if I don't start reviewing them, you guys can always go to this website, and he's very honest about them. I met him from Insta. Like he seems like a really great guy, of course, but I just don't like. For example, right? If you have a personal brand, you have a lot of power. Right? Especially with Hayden's, he has over what 40,000 subscribers. You have a lot of reach. So when people trust you, that's why they follow you. So if you recommend the product, of course they're gonna go try it out. My thing is, if the product isn't good, don't recommend it, right? And Hayden started as an affiliate marketer. But that's how he got started. But when he was promoting that, there was no affiliate link. So immediately, right off the bat, I'm like, okay, this guy, some way, some shape or form, you know, has a stake in Boomo. Boomo's ass. Like, pardon my language, but it's ass. It's terrible. Like, he could have just said, this is a startup that I just started. You guys check it out. Check it out and let me know how it works. And then got feedback and started tweaking it. That would have been completely fine. But to sit there and say, you know, this is the software that I've used for months. When he said that, I checked Boomo. You guys have seen my Boomo review video. I checked Boomo.com when it was registered. When he was saying that, Boomo was only like .com was less than a month old. but yet he was saying it was he's been using it for months. So that's when I had to stop watching Hayden. That's when I knew things were sketch. Hey brother, I gotta go. My girlfriend's calling. Completely understand. I'll talk to you later. How do you know that this is a bad product to pick, even though it looks cool for advertising with AdWords? Well, you don't want to go in going, oh, this product looks cool, I think it might sell. With Google, all you care about is search volume and competition. Search volume. If the search volume is there, go for it. But if the product is cool and no one's searching for it, do not attempt it with Google. It's not going to happen. You're not going to make sales. Keep grinding, dude. The day you make a course, I got you. Thank you, man. So that's one thing. Competition is definitely good. Yeah, you definitely want to go with competition. And one thing you guys are going to run into when it comes to low ticket Shopify using Google Shopping, you're going to see AliExpress have shopping ads along with your ads as well on shopping. And how do you combat that? So on your store, you want to position AliExpress as a knockoff website. That's what you need to do, because with some of your products, AliExpress will also, like, your product will come up for $25, and AliExpress will also come up right beside it for $3, right? And of course, you're sourcing from AliExpress. So you want to convince your customer that the one on AliExpress is complete garbage. It's a knockoff. That's what you need to do. That's what I do, and that's what I recommend you guys do as well. You want to position AliExpress as a knockoff site. What should be the search size in Google? For low ticket, you want 1,000 or more. For high ticket, aim for 50K. What do you think about Adrian Morrison's course? I have no idea who that is. Put that in my notes. I'll check that out. Adrian Morrison. When starting a second. When starting a Google Shopping campaign, how many products should you test at a time? Oh, snap. Noah's in this live stream. Sorry, I got distracted. When starting a Google Shopping campaign, how many products should you test at a time? Test as many, I wouldn't say as many as you can, but as many as your budget can hold. So you could test 10 products, 15, 20, 25, 30. You could test as many products because all your products aren't being shown at the same time. I just checked the link. Okay, what do you think about it? When starting? Just check that link you sent. Top rated Shopify courses, Franklin Hatchett's. I bought it. It was okay. Lots of good stuff validated in my mind. It's okay. Franklin Hatchett's course, I've actually heard a lot about him. Hold on a second. Yo, okay. So one of my friends, he's actually a very great content creator. He's teaching me about videos, lighting, and everything. So my content is going to completely change very soon. And he just sent me a rough draft of my signature logo. Now, I don't know if you guys can see it, but let's see it. It's like super dope. This is just a rough draft. But shout out, I want him to create a channel so he could teach how to make stuff like that. But he'll get there. But let's get back to this live stream. So it's okay. That's good. That's one thing that I feel like courses should do. They should update They should update. They should keep. They should update. I'm so sorry, guys. They should update the courses as time goes on. A lot of people make courses, drop them once, and that's it. Okay, how do we position that so that our products looks different in quality than the AliExpress? So one thing I've noticed when people make their stores is they leave a lot of different things intact. So when you go to AliExpress, right? If the main picture is very clear, don't use that main picture. Edit your pictures. If you're low ticket dropshipping, the best thing you could do for yourself is ordering products and taking your own pictures. That's the best thing you could do for yourself. Right? And when it comes to quality, juice it. The customer doesn't care. So when I say juice it, let's say this is clearly made out of plastic, right? Right. And AliExpress will say plastic. On your site, don't say plastic. Say there's a term. I have it in my notes. I have to find it. But it's a complicated term for plastic. It sounds way better and it registers in the consumer's mind. So stuff like all those little things add up. All those little things add up. Should I bid higher than my competitors? When you're getting started, sometimes bidding higher than your competitors is not a good idea, right? Because you could bid lower than your competitors, show up and still get that conversion. You don't want to bid higher just yet. And the reason why you don't want to do that is because if you're bidding higher, keep in mind your competitor, if they've been running your campaign longer than you, they already have that data. They will run you out. They will outbid you. So you don't want to start there. I had a bad refund experience with him. Bought his theme, was unimpressed, returned it. He was sort of rude. That I have heard. I actually on Ethan's channel, Brotherhood, I saw in the comments someone was going at it with him over his theme, over his Shopify theme. And selling themes are weird because eventually I'm going to develop my own themes and just give it out for free. Bought his theme, was unimpressed. Nice, real cool. Oh, thank you. Noah, you're seeing this, right? Noah's in this. Noah's in this live stream, so he sees this. The people want this. Make a channel to teach people how to. I have no idea how he did that, but it's cool as hell. And I think Noah should start teaching people. People definitely want to know. He's a great content creator. How do I know when to go with Google Shopping or Google Shopping? Google Shopping or Google Search. So it's not necessarily an either or situation. All right. I want to start with Google Shopping because Google Shopping, the customer sees everything they're looking for right there. Right. Boom. Now, if you have a product that's unique enough or a product that's trendy, you could go with a search campaign or shopping campaign. Both will work. Your search campaign, you can offer a coupon with your search campaign. But your shopping campaigns convert higher because they see the image, price, everything right there. So I always say start with shopping campaigns. Did only PayPal hurt conversions? I have a PayPal horror story that happened to me, and I actually don't use PayPal anymore. So Shopify payments or Stripe is the only thing I use on my stores. No PayPal at all. It doesn't necessarily hurt. It won't hurt your conversions because a lot of people do prefer PayPal. So if you can get PayPal approved and use PayPal, go ahead and use it. But PayPal is also notoriously known for holding your money when you start getting sales. They will hold all the funds in your account for like 45 days, 80 days. Stripe, that's happened to me at Stripe, but Stripe, I just sent them an email and my account was really old. Like it's the same account because on Stripe, you can just set up new stores. Like you create new one account, but you could create sub accounts. So my actual account was pretty old. So they have history with me. So when that happened to me, I just emailed them and they just took that block off. PayPal, on the other hand, much longer process to get that taken care of. Send more questions in. Replace the battery in your smoke alarm, man. Sorry about that. Stripe for non-US residents. Does it require a registered company? Not necessarily. You don't have to register a company for Stripe. What should you do when your ad spent more than the break-even point? Pause the ad. Pause the ad. Go through your search terms. Right. If you're running a shopping campaign, immediately, well, both campaigns, go through your search terms. See what's going on. If your search terms are very relevant to your product, excuse me, hold on. If your search terms are very relevant to your product, right, then it's not necessarily a campaign issue at this point. Leave everything on the campaign just the same. Just go ahead and exclude all your negatives. Go ahead and exclude all your negatives, and then take a look at your site and take a look at your competitors. I didn't know you guys could hear the smoke alarm that well, but take a look at your competitors and start testing different prices. And have on your site, have smart look. Let me type that in. Or Lucky Orange. Have one of those two installed in your store, and you can see why people aren't converting. You can see where they're clicking, you know, what's going on, and start tweaking your store. So tweak your store and tweak your campaign by adding negatives. Okay, best strategy to compete against Amazon and Walmart ads. Don't go into shopping campaigns thinking you're competing with Amazon or Walmart, because if you go in thinking like that, you're gonna lose. What you need to go in thinking, okay, go in as a brand. Don't go in as a retailer. Does that make sense? Amazon, Walmart are retailers. Don't go in thinking like that. So everything you could, there's multiple different strategies. One strategy you could go is stack. So you could go in and stack and bundle and add value, right? So on Amazon, the Amazon ad, it might be one of these for $14.99, right? Okay. Or on your store, you could do $19.99 and you get both. They get this and the extension, right? So you can bundle there. It's all about value stacking. Okay. Have you used those two apps much? The one I use like for every single store is SmartLook all the way, but they both do the exact same thing. SmartLook, the reason why I use SmartLook is because I've had it for so long. I'm actually grandfathered in, so it's completely free for me, but it does cost money. Both of them do cost money, but that's the reason. That's the only reason I use SmartLook, because I'm grandfathered in and it's free. It's free for me. Okay. Use those two. Okay, how to compete with Amazon? You're not competing with them. So value stack. And on your store, let them know, hey, you know, you go into your store going, let customers know that, you know, you have multiple distribution channels, blah, blah, blah. You know, products do take 2 weeks or longer. If you get that person to your store and you have the correct value stack, you're going to get that conversion. People care about shipping, but not as much as you think. See. Send more questions in. Okay. How to know if a product is selling or not. So on Google, if a product has search volume, right? Let's say you want to pair your search volume with Google Trends. So you use keywords everywhere. Okay, now you know there's 30,000 monthly searches for it, right? Then you go to Google Trends and you see that this product, is 50, 60, 70, right? That's the indicator on trends. You see that product is definitely selling. Any success with quantity breaks? I've actually never tried quantity breaks at all. Did you watch E3? No, I did not. I don't even know what that is. Following, okay. What price would you consider to be high end? So we were talking about this earlier. High ticket for me starts at $200 or more, but you don't want you don't want to stay at $200 products because you want to aim for $1,000 products. You know, 600, 800,000, 2,000, $3,000 products. I've seen stores that actually have $7,000 products, right? So, and the reason being is the more expensive the product is, right? The more expensive the product is, you're targeting a completely different tax bracket, right? So even though $200 is a high ticket item, so if this was $200, right, I'm selling it. The person who bought this for most likely is, I don't want to sound stereotypical, but the person who bought this $200 product here is more likely to ask you much more questions, emails, all of that for this $200 product. But the person who whipped out their card and bought a $1,000 product, $2,000, $3,000, or even a $7,000 product, they're in a completely different tax bracket. They bought that product with full confidence. Chances are they're not going to return it either, right? The person here, if they get a small dent here, they want to return, or they want you to give them an offer, right? You're selling to upper class people the more expensive your product is. And you know, if you're selling $1,000 product and you make a $400 profit there, you have a much bigger ad spend that you can spend to acquire a customer. When should you kill a product, a low ticket product or a high ticket product? With low ticket, well, high ticket has a much higher rate of success. Low ticket, if you're low ticket product, you've hit your break even point, you haven't gotten a conversion, you've optimized your site, you've optimized your price, and you're still not getting conversions, and you're looking at SmartLook to see what's going on, you're still not getting conversions, kill that product, right? Kill that product, because at that point, you've done everything. Because with Google, you don't have to scale if it's not working, right? On Facebook, someone can get 2 sales and scale and try to scale. On Google, if you haven't gotten a sale, but you're getting relevant clicks, kill that product. And the reason why you may not be getting conversions from a product, very low search volume, or your site, there's something wrong with your site. Also check your site speed. Thanks for doing this. How do I see my shopping ad? How do I know what it looks like? So to see your shopping ad, you have 2 things. So Google, actually, you can type in the name of your product, and you can see the preview of your ad right there on your shopping campaign. That's one way to do it. Or you can just go to Google and type in your product, and you can see it there. You can see it there. It may trigger, it may not trigger, depending on a lot of different factors. But for me, I use, like, when I first got started, because I know the shopping campaign is running. I have found a product that is selling on Google Shopping, as there are various sellers. Is it better to try a different version of the same product, only a higher quality that's selling on Google? Okay, so you found a product that's selling, have various sellers. Is it better to try a different version of the same product or only a higher quality? What I would do is set up a shopping campaign, find a higher quality product, right? You want to find the exact same product that your competitors are selling. Find a product that is the same version as well, or same version of the same product, a different version of the same product, and you want to find the higher quality one as well. So you have 3 different types of the same product. Test all 3, right? Because the reason why various sellers are selling that same product, it most likely is doing really well out of the other versions. So you want to test that as well. But you also want to test a different version, because maybe customers aren't familiar with that, and maybe it will be well suited for those customers as well. So that's one thing you could try. Low ticket, $1,000 or 1,000 monthly searches or more. High ticket, 50K or more. You can use keywords everywhere to find that. And yes, I'm gonna get my smoke alarms looked at in the morning. Let's see. Can you please give me an example of a high ticket item? 1 second. So an example of a high ticket item. So let's see. Let me think. So what's it called? I actually saw one today. I actually saw this product. Okay, so an example of a high ticket item would be coffee tables, couches, but those are just surface level items, right? You could sell ice coolers, you could sell rugs. Those are okay. What else? You could sell what is it called? What do you think? There's so many. I'm just giving you guys surface level things. I think you can sell. I actually have a supplier for engagement rings. You can sell engagement rings. They're like 3,000. I also have a supplier for Rolexes, for like high end watches. Those are all high ticket. I wouldn't recommend selling high end like Rolexes or like luxury type items like those when you're just getting started. I would not recommend that. Vaults, safes, those are all high ticket items. You can actually just sell. Those are all high ticket items. Keywords everywhere is used for to see the monthly search volume. And when you install that into your Chrome browser, every website that you go to, when you type something in, you'll get the monthly search volume for it, as well as relevant search terms that go along with it. Do you make a store for one high-end item, or do you use a general store? So with a high-ticket store, so if you're selling ring lights, you don't have to just sell ring lights. You can if you want, but you could sell those are your main products. So those are what you're running ads to. But then you'll have your upsell products. So you'll have the ring light cover, but you're not running traffic to these items. So you're just using them as upsells. So it is sort of like a general store. I will let you know how my week goes. Definitely. I definitely want to hear how your first week goes. Are you going to upload this later? Yes, I am. Send more questions in. Wow, okay, what time is it? I'm on the, I would say 2, not 2, maybe 1:30. I'll probably end this. How effective is Google Shopping in the other 5 big consumer markets? So Google Shopping, the 2 countries that really, really like knock it out the water, US and Canada. Those 2 countries are the best, in my personal opinion. But here's why, because I focus a lot on high ticket, and most of my high ticket suppliers don't ship overseas. They don't ship internationally. So that's also another factor that affects, because I won't be able to advertise in the rest of the countries, if that makes sense. What is the search volume range to consider a product? 1,000 for low ticket, 50,000 or more for monthly searches for high ticket. Where are you from? I'm actually Ghanaian. I'm from Ghana. I was born in Ghana, Cape Coast. Yeah, so I'm an immigrant. Can we use someone else's video to advertise in Facebook or group? I've done it. I wouldn't recommend that you do it because Facebook is cracking down. So yes, using someone's video, it's faster, it's cheaper. You could literally do it. Like I literally had an ad up on Facebook within minutes. Not minutes, within about 30 minutes. But I would not recommend doing that because now you could get your ad account banned. You can get it blocked. So I would not recommend that. Ghana has some fine ticks. They definitely do. I'm weak. They definitely do. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Malik Mufasa, he's also his parents are also from Ghana. Send more questions in. Send more questions in. since I started, yeah, I know, but I'm not. I don't know. Sharing numbers for me has always been really weird. Because even before YouTube, a lot of people, even in my city, didn't know how. No, that's fine to ask. I know. No, that's completely fine to ask. I know a lot of people share their numbers. A lot of people always are very curious, so that's fine to ask. But yeah, even before I started, I was always private. A lot of people in my city don't even know what I do. I'm not a very public person. I don't really go out much either. So I'm always just myself. So that's just how I've always been. You add videos in your product page. Yes, I do. All right. So for high ticket, I have assembly videos for the products I'm selling now. So I have product videos, like assembly videos. I have customer review videos. If my supplier has them, I upload them. I also have instruction manuals for the product where they can download. They have a PDF format. A lot of work goes into high ticket. Low ticket, you could have product videos there. But you don't really like have to, but you could have them there. High ticket, if you have them, use them because they will increase your conversion and decrease the amount of emails you get. And my suppliers actually, I live in Ohio right now. My supplier actually lives here as well. You add videos in your product. It's just not relevant. I like Malik didn't know that. Now, yes, I'm actually in the US. I live in Ohio. Now, I've been here since I was 6 years old. Do you call or email suppliers? I email them first so I can get that application, fill out the application. In 2 days, I call them. Hey, I've sent an application, just wondering what's going on with it. Suppliers, there's two types of suppliers when it comes to high ticket. Those that move very quickly and those that take ages. So if you're not on them, you're never going to get approved. There's actually one supplier that I'm still trying to work with right now, where the product I want to sell, it's about $3,000, right? It's $3,000, and I put this application in around May 2nd, and I still, I keep calling them back to back. I've sent multiple emails, but once I get approved with that supplier, I can drop my current supplier. What's that supplier? It's sell who? So with high ticket, everything comes from your supplier. So you get your product images from them. You get and if you only want to work with suppliers that have a MAP pricing, minimum advertising pricing. So they tell you exactly what to sell your product at, and everyone else, all your competitors, are also selling the product at the exact same price. So you're not competing on price at all. So you get, yeah. How do you create a value bundle through Shopify? How do you create a value bundle through Shopify? So with what I do is I don't use the app. What I do is for the variants, I stack it differently. So let's say the first variant is my main product, right? And then the second one will be, would you like to add? And then you could type it in and just do a drop down menu, and then they'll be able to select like that, if that makes sense. How do you create? Yeah, what's that called? What's Earth Movement? What's what called? What's that? The competitive. Oh, MAP. It's called MAP. Minimum advertising policy. Now, don't get this confused, because what this is saying is minimum advertising policy. What that really means is you can't display that this item is for sale for cheaper than what they're telling you. They're telling you to sell it at. So if they're telling you have to sell that, you can only advertise this at $200. Your Google on your site, it has to be listed at $200. Your shopping ad has to be $200. Your search campaign has to be $200, right? But once they get to your site, you can offer them a 5% coupon. You can offer them coupons if you would like, right? But you can't advertise it for less than what they're telling you. So that's the reason why. That's the reason why a lot of products that have MAP price, all the products that have MAP pricing, all are sold the same. So that's why it's perfect, because you're not competing based on price. But some suppliers won't enforce MAP policy. So all you have, I'll make more high ticket videos, but so you have to go in and make sure that they actually enforce MAP policy, because you don't want to be the only one following it, and then your competitor is selling it for advertising for much cheaper, right? How long would it take you to get to $1,000 with a new store? I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's gonna take me a week. I don't know what those other videos be talking about. Getting a, like I don't know what they're talking about. With a high ticket store, approval process, factoring the approval process, I would say it'll take about 3 to 4 weeks. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's gonna take a week, because it's not. Questions? Send more questions in. So when I create that high ticket video, I'll put it in the description. What made you start? What made me start dropshipping? Completely long story. I come from a household where, I come from a household where you basically have to work for everything, right? You have to work for everything you want. So that's essentially, later I'll tell my story in the video, but that's how. Is there a way we could learn the high ticket dropshipping right now from you? Right now I don't do any. Oh, back to only quads. I'm gonna make a video about my story later. Is there a way we can learn the high ticket dropshipping right now from you? No, I don't do any mentoring right now. It takes. I've done. Okay, so there's a group of like 5 people that I decided to mentor for free, completely free Telegram group. But I realized I didn't have enough attention to dedicate to them as I really wanted to. So therefore, I'm not doing any more mentorships. I just don't think I'm there where I can dedicate that much time to walk a person through literally every single step. I'm not there. So right now I'm not doing any mentorships or anything like that, or one-on-ones. I do consulting calls. If you do want to do a consulting where we could talk about how to get you started with high tech, we can do that. When did you realize that Google AdWords is a god level player? Like I said, when I first got started, in high school, Facebook became dead to my generation, right? So no one was using on Facebook anymore. My Facebook account completely dead. I hadn't touched it in years. I just realized, okay, I need to get people to my store. I need to get people to my store. Where do I go when I'm looking for something to buy? And I always, the first place I go to look for something to buy is Google. So let me put my products on Google. That was my thinking behind it. I didn't start with Facebook. And if back then, if someone would have told me go sell, you could sell products on Facebook, I wouldn't have listened anyway. Facebook. It took me a while to understand the concept behind Facebook, where like as an impulse buy, I just rather sell a product that customers come to me. Do you use a spreadsheet to get Google Sheets? I'm not sure. I use Google Sheets, but I don't know what you mean as use a spreadsheet to get Google Sheets. Could you possibly do a video sharing from the? Oh yeah. So that's one thing I want to ask you guys. Do you guys like the videos where I'm in it, or the videos that are more tutorial based? Because I personally like the tutorial ones because I could get those out much faster. But at the same time, I'm trying to build that personal relationship with you guys. So like with high ticket, there's a lot of showing in it. Like, so I have to show you a lot of different things, where to go. So yeah, I'm definitely going to do more tutorial, like visual stuff where I can show you like this, what you do, this, what you do, step by step by step. Yeah, that's what I figured. So I'll start doing more tutorial, or I'll probably do like a quick intro of me in it, then switch to tutorial. Okay, same way. I'm a master at visual learning. I hate when people just talk. So I know how you guys feel. Could you share some ideas to get started making money, starting with no money? Started store, ran out of budget, got to get back. You have no money and you want to make money. I don't personally. You need money. Like, you need money to get started in anything. One thing that I personally like when it comes to the digital entrepreneurship space is I really love affiliate marketing. That's one thing you could definitely do for free. It doesn't really cost you anything. What you could do now, don't go spam, but you can you can go into Facebook groups. But for this to work, you have to provide. You can't do it right off the bat. You have to provide value and then start inserting those affiliate links. So that's one way. It's completely free. The fastest way is to just build a landing page. You know, I'll talk about that later. But affiliate marketing is one thing you can start with no money down. You could do it in various different ways. So you could do it on Reddit. You could do it on Twitter. There's a Twitter account called Fat Kid Deals, and I know this man is making a killing because he gets all that. He gets products that are super cheap on Amazon for that day, post it, and people buy it, and it's always an affiliate link. So I know I wonder who owns that Twitter page, but I know he's making a killing. So that's one way you can make some money, is through affiliate marketing. Love you for your tutorials and video. Thank you, Solomon. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thanks for joining the live stream. How to know if a store is getting traffic from Google search or Facebook. Oh, I forgot to show you guys this. So it's called it's a Chrome extension. So it's called Similar Ads. I think I have showed you guys this, but I'm not sure. Similar Ads. Install that Chrome extension, and on any website you go to, you click it, and it will tell you exactly where the traffic is coming from. Similar Web. I don't know why I said Similar Ads, but yeah, Similar Web. I actually have it right up here. Yeah, it is Similar Web. My bad. I'm sorry. But it's definitely a great tool. Send in more questions. What does my average day consist of? Right now, the reason why I actually did this live stream is because lately I've actually been feeling not motivated. I just don't want to do anything. I don't know what it is. So right now, the past few days, I've just been laying in bed. But before that, typically my day starts off. The top reason I became an entrepreneur is so I can sleep in. I don't understand why people wake up at 4 a.m. I'm not there. I'm not at that level yet. But I did this so I could sleep in. So I wake up. First thing I do is I check emails. Then from emails, Instagram and Twitter, I check my social medias. And then after that, I call the supplier that I've been trying to get a hold of. I call them first. Then I check my store. Besides that, then it's really I'm trying to be a lot more active and do a lot more different things. So that's what my average day consists of. Really, it's not anything like luxurious or extravagant. It's just a normal day for me. If you ain't got Similar Web, definitely. If you ain't got Similar Web, what is the point? Okay, return on investment with AdWords versus shopping. Shopping campaign. I'm telling you, shopping campaigns are the way to go. Shopping campaigns are the way to go. And I on one of my videos, a lady, I think her name's Christy, she set up a shopping campaign and got 3 sales. She got 3 clicks and got all 3 clicks converted immediately. So shopping campaigns are the way to go. If you could do a TED Talk, what would it be on, and where would you hold it? A TED Talk is one of my major goals. So a TED Talk is one of my major goals. It's also part of the reason I'm building a personal brand, so I can do a TED Talk. I would talk about it's gonna sound cliche, but I would actually talk about college, right? I would talk about college and the college system and like I went to college. I hated it. I didn't finish. I was there. I didn't finish. So I would talk about college. I'll talk about the college system and what. And another thing I would also talk about is, as an immigrant, immigrant parents put a lot of pressure on their children. So that's something that I would definitely talk about. I know a lot of people who are in college who actually hate being there, or they're there, but they're not in the major that they want to be in because their parents are putting that pressure on them to become a doctor or a lawyer. So that's something I would definitely talk about. That's something that I find is super important. Where would I hold it? I would hold it in the great state of Ohio. I would actually hold it here. The reason why I would hold it here is I would want to hold it at the school I went to. I would hold it at Capital, so I could be on stage and say, I didn't graduate from here, but I made some cash. So I would definitely like to do it at Capital. I wish I had more questions. This started with Google Shopping. I'm getting ready to load feed. You load all your products and test them all. You don't have to test them all. You load all your products at once, right? Everyone, because you're probably used to Facebook, so you're probably still in the mindset that you have to test every single product one by one. You don't have to test them all at once, and you don't have to test them all one by one. You could break them up. Yeah, man, college is dead. I dropped out of medical school myself. Hey, Quentin. I actually went to college I started out college as a double major, business management and psychology. My psychology professor made me hate psychology. And originally my thinking was, psychology is really important when it comes to business. So I wanted to learn more and then use that when I get into business. But college started to seem a little sketch when I was taking marketing. I took a marketing class and we were learning about like billboards. And I was like, okay. So how to load feed with different categories. So you select your categories, you select your categories inside the shopping app. And then when you're creating campaigns, when you can break them up by categories. You speaking fire right now, fam? So how did your parents take when you dropped out? And so so I actually dropped. Well, originally I wasn't planning on dropping out. I decided to take a semester off. So I took a semester off 2 semesters ago. And then last semester, I just was like, I actually feel better that I'm not in college, so I'm not going. So I decided not to go, and I actually didn't tell my mom till very recently. And she was not. She's an African woman, She's Ghanaian. She was not happy. So that's how that went. And then your dad helped you out when you were selling clothes online. So how did that start out? And so that started out. Selling clothes. Solomon's if you guys don't know, Solomon's actually known me for a long time. Great friends. So selling clothes online was one of my first businesses, right? And it was in high school. It was my very first. That store was actually on the big commerce platform. It wasn't a Shopify store. So selling clothes, it wasn't as easy as I thought it would, because at the time I had no marketing knowledge. So I built the store. Well, I didn't build the store. I actually paid a company to build the store. It's a scam company. I'm going to make a video on that later. But I realized that I didn't know how to get people to my store. So that store is a complete failure. But it was a great learning experience. I like psychology and biology. Those 2 things definitely go together, right? If you know, and a channel that I would really recommend to you guys is I don't want to say his name wrong, but it's Use. Let me type it out. Use is a dog when it comes to psychology. Like that boy, he has it down. So if you guys want to learn more about psychology along with e-commerce, check out Use. His content is fire. And actually, I get great vibes from his content. I don't feel like, they're going to promote something that's scammy to me. Okay, so the basics. Would you like low ticket or high ticket? Like what? Taxes are a different ball game. I'm not going to talk about taxes because I am not an accountant. Speak to one. One thing I would say is, keep track of everything when it comes to taxes. Like literally, like everything. Especially in the U.S., keep track of every dime. Okay, so high ticket. So how do you get started with high ticket? So with high ticket, I have a spreadsheet. Right. So if I wake up one day and I'm like, okay, you know, I want to start a high ticket store, I start brainstorming different products. I start brainstorming different products, and with high ticket, it's not, excuse me, it's not like low ticket where you're looking for trendy products. So there's not a lot of software that helps you come up with product ideas. You know, you have to go out there and find the product ideas yourself. You have to go, whether that's going to the mall or going to Target, whatever, looking around your house, whatever it may be. And then once you have a list of products you want to look into, you want to look at the search volume. You want to find search volume. Now, keywords everywhere is really good because keywords everywhere will say, okay, this product has 50,000 monthly searches and the average CPC is 60 cents. This one has 90,000 monthly searches, but the average CPC is $2.10. So you're putting all that information in a spreadsheet, right? Then you want to narrow it down. Okay, which one has a lot of search volume and has a low CPC, right? Because that's the ideal marriage right there. High search volume, low CPC. All right, so once you have that, then you go and say, okay, now I need to find suppliers for this product. So you start researching your competitors, right? Now, when you're researching your competitors, you're making a list of all the brands that they carry because you're going to reach out to them later, right? You're going to reach out to them and then find one or two brands that you know that you're not going to contact, right? So, and when you're looking for brands, you're looking for brands that have map pricing. So you want to make sure, okay, if this store is selling this brand, is selling Joby, okay, if it's $50 or whatever, if it's $200 on this website, make sure it's also $200 on this website. That's how you know that that supplier enforces map policy, right? So that's how you know they actually enforce that. And then find the suppliers who don't enforce map policy. Whoops. Find the suppliers who don't enforce map policy, and you're gonna take their products and you're gonna go ahead and build your store. All right, so you're gonna order your logo, you get your domain name, you're gonna get your theme, you're gonna build out a beautiful store and add the products from the two suppliers, one or two suppliers that you're not gonna contact. Add those products to your store. The reason being is because with high ticket, you don't want to go in contacting suppliers as a beginner. They want to see that you already have built your store, and you want to make them think that you have all the experience in the world when it comes to this, right? Or else you will not get approved. So you go in, so you add one or two, you find one or two suppliers that you're not going to contact. Those who don't enforce map policies, so it's perfect. So then you put their products on your store, beautiful store. Then now you have a list of the suppliers that you are going to contact. Now you start reaching out to them. Some of them will have an actual application, right, on their website where you'll be able to apply to become a dealer, right? That's what it's called. There's some will call it a dealer, some will say retailer, different verbiage. And then you go ahead and apply. Once you apply, you're going to call them in a few days. Hey, you know, I applied. And then you're going to email them. If they don't have an application, you're going to email them, say, hey, my name is Ebenezer Frimpong. I run this store called jobypods.com, you know, and we're looking to partner with a new retailer. And then you're going to have your site, like they're going to check out your store, right? They're going to go look at your store, make sure, okay, this store is legit. And then they'll send you the approval process, do credit terms. I always keep a credit card on file. You can apply for credit terms, but then they want bank statements, all that. It's easier to just have a credit card on file and you just bill your credit card when the orders come in. And then once you have your mock store built, go ahead and install your Google Chrome, your Google Shopping app, right? Go ahead and install your Google Shopping app, and then start getting approved with Merchant Center, because you can now, since you have those products on your store, you can get your Merchant Center approved way before you actually add the real products that you're going to sell. Does that make sense? So while you're still getting approved of suppliers, Merchant Center is already going through that approval process with those products that you don't really plan on selling on your store. That's how you do that. And then once you're approved with the suppliers, you upload the products, images, pricing, and you start running those shopping campaigns. Are cost per clicks the same on shopping ads as search ads, even though keyword tools given? They are not. Oh, well, I skipped the question. Why is psychology big with e-commerce and not truly doing human interaction? Yes, psychology is big. The reason why it's big with e-commerce is because, for example, I'm in the baby knits, right? So my store is nursery colors, right? Depending on the product you're selling, you don't, let's say, okay, so I'm selling baby products, right? And let's say you got to my store and it was like very colors that just stunned you immediately, right? It throws you off. right? So colors go into it. FOMO, right? FOMO works really well when it comes to low ticket, fear of missing out. As a human, you've actually like it's actually already studied. When you feel like you're gonna run out, this product is gonna run out, you're more inclined to buy it right there and then. That's all. That all plays online and plays into e-commerce, and we use scarcity tools to generate FOMO in customers. Our cost per clicks, same on shopping ads, search ads. They are not the same. The cost per clicks actually can vary, but it's not usually a major gap. So let's say a shopping campaign, it could be because the shopping campaign you're getting exact keyword matches, right? So those are typically more expensive. Search ads typically less, even though keyword tools give instant pricing. Yeah. So which credit card do you use? So I use a Discover card because I earn points. That's why I use that. How many days to get approved on Merchant Center? How many days to get approved on Merchant Center? On Merchant Center, typically it takes 3 to 5 days, right? If you have everything that Google is looking for done correctly on your site, 3 to 5 days. But it can take longer. And if it is taking longer than the 5 days, pick up the phone. You can call Google. They'll check your site and say, okay, this is why your review is taking so long. Here's how you can speed it up. You can't do that with Facebook. Facebook, there's no customer service. Yo, what's up, Ebenezer? What is up, DB? Thank you so much. Next up is 5K, 10K, and then 50K, and of course, 1 million. So where do you see yourself at the age of 30 doing entrepreneur? Where do you see yourself at the age of 30 doing entrepreneurship? So age of 30, most likely not because, okay, it's gonna sound bad. So age of 30, I see myself not drop shipping as my main focus. And even in the near future, I don't see drop shipping as my main focus. Because my goal is to build different brands, different consumer products based off of my personal brand, based off my knowledge, build other companies, marketing agencies, different things. So and of course I want to have my own Shopify brands, of course, ColourPop is on Shopify, Fashion Nova is on Shopify. So I want to have my own brands that extend out. I want to own a real estate business. I want to own a real estate company as well. I also want to own a development company. I want to own I just want to own physical things, assets. Shopify is just the launch pad for me. Whoops. Shopify is just my launch pad to get there. I'm so done with Facebook. So no, got you. My dream. Do I have my dream car? No, I do not have my dream car. Lately, I've actually been feeling really not motivated. So tomorrow I'm actually planning on going to go see my dream car and go to this neighborhood. There's this neighborhood that has it's very there's a lot of millionaires out in that neighborhood. So I'm actually gonna go take a stroll in that neighborhood, maybe get some motivation. Because recently I've been laying in bed, I just don't feel like doing much, So I need to get my mind flowing. So I'm gonna go to that neighborhood, take a stroll down the neighborhood, see all these houses, and hopefully that will motivate me. And then also go take a look at my dream car, which you guys don't know this. My dream car is actually a Lamborghini Aventador Super Veloce. It's the exact same one that Tanner J. Fox has. So that's my dream car. It costs $489,000. So, and there's three at Toy Barn that I'm gonna go look at tomorrow. Questions will always get answered. I really like doing live, so I'm actually gonna start doing them more often. 1 mil, he'll turn Hollywood on this. I won't turn Hollywood. I promise. Can you do high ticket if you don't live in America? Yes, you can. Just have a few more hurdles that you have to jump over. What's your opinion on going to college? Okay, so I knew this question would come. Okay, so none of my friends are in e-commerce, right? None of them. I've tried to get them into e-commerce. They don't care. They're not passionate about it. They don't. That's not what they want to do. I have a friend who wants to become a teacher, right? No matter what I tell her about e-commerce, it doesn't matter. She wants to become a teacher. That's where her passion lies. So of course she's going to go to college for that, right? I also have friends who want to become doctors. That's their passion. No matter what I say about e-commerce, they don't care. That's their passion. That's what they're going to go into. So if you're going to college based on passion and that's what you really want to do, go for it. But if you're going to college, right, it's with the mentality that you just want to make money, you want to graduate, have a good job. Let's say you're going to college to become a programmer. Well, you don't have to spend $50,000 to learn programming because we live in the age of technology. There's multiple different resources. Code Academy. A guy built Code Academy is around $14. A guy learned Code Academy, built an app, and ended up selling it for $9 to $14 million. Right? He didn't need college for that. There's two people I actually went to high school with. They both built apps. One of them sold their app to Red Roof Inn for over $2 million. So you see, you don't really necessarily, college is no longer a requirement to success. And with the US, college is outrageously priced. Like if you go to Ukraine, college is around $2,000 per semester. Here, the college I went to a private university. I believe it was like $33,000 per semester. No, per year. Yeah, $33,000 per year. You know what I mean? It's outrageously overpriced. And if you have a plan, that's already working for you, or something that you're already doing that's working, you don't really need college. But I'm not going to sit here and tell people, go drop out. No, if you're in college based on passion, go for it, right? But if you have a plan and if you're going into college for entrepreneurship, right? You don't really need college, but if that's what you want to do, you can, but you don't really need it. And I didn't really have the best college experience. I was depressed most of the time I was there. I know a lot of people that did finish college will always say go to college just for the experience alone. So my opinion, I didn't have a great experience. So I would say if you can avoid it. How many hours you work a day? Now I just all day. Less than 2-3 hours. I don't really do, because right now all I'm doing is like calling, trying to get approved by a supplier. That's really much. And just placing orders, you could do that literally at the end of the day, because with high ticket, it doesn't take a lot of work. You're not getting 1 million orders a day. You moved on to entirely high ticket. Yeah, high ticket is, in my opinion, high ticket is easier. It's less stressful. Well, I wouldn't say less stressful, because I have a supplier who's paying me, so it's stressful. But you're not constantly on the hunt for a trendy product, right? If a trendy product bumps into me, yeah, I'll go ahead and sell it. I can build a low ticket store within 2-3 hours and go live. You know what I mean? So like, you don't have to hunt for low ticket products anymore. You don't have to do that. Your store, and with high ticket, your store is pretty much consistent. And the advantage of college is the network of a big name college. Get into big places because of where you went. So how do you large scale network without the college push? How do you large scale network without the college push? I'm doing it right now. Personal branding, right? Through personal branding, I've actually met even at 1,000 subs, I've met a ton of different people, right? I've met people who are like, hey, fly out to Chicago. You could come stay with me. Let's work on some projects together. Come out to LA, right? The network, people come to you, right? Through personal branding, especially using video as personal branding. So that's my way of scaling my network. I also know in Columbus in general, I also know a lot of people. So I have connections there. How about living on Mars? Living on Mars. Elon Musk, is that Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos? Then I wouldn't live on Mars. I would not, because I would not go for living on Mars at all. But I would definitely, if let's say Elon was like, You can invest in. I don't know. But I wouldn't go to Mars. I would not. I like Earth. I like oxygen. Uh, yeah, Elon, bro. Elon sold a flamethrower. Elon can literally sell anything. He sold like $80,000 worth of hats, within a few minutes. Let's see. Do you think we can sell high tickets using a free theme? You can. You can. Just with high ticket, you want to make sure, because if you're upper high ticket where it's $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, right? You're selling to a completely different tax bracket. So they expect different things. So your site has to look a certain way. It has to appeal to them. If you can get that off with low ticket, then by all means go right ahead. You could use a low ticket team. A low ticket theme would work well with $200 products. You know what I mean? And for that, I would suggest Debut. Bezos was on. I saw that $98 million in one day. That's outrageous. And have you guys, like, Jeff Bezos, when he started Amazon, he actually started Amazon the year I was born. If you look at him, what is this? Hold on. If you look at what is it? If you look at, I just forgot what I was about to say. Would you say, I completely forgot what I say? Oh, Bezos. Amazon was actually created. He founded it the year I was born. And if you look at the interviews that he made in that year, 1996, Amazon, he looked so much older, right? But versus now, he's older. He's like physically older, but like he looks much younger. It's very strange. Like, Jeff looked in 1996, Jeff looked like someone who would probably get pushed around and bullied and harassed, like at all. He looks like the typical nerd, right? But now Jeff Bezos looks like he could kick my ass. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he looks he's older but looks younger. It's just reverse. It's just weird. Would you say you're going the Tai Lopez route of personal branding through social media? Elon claims to resent social media branding. I'm definitely going through the Tai Lopez route of personal branding. So, and the reason being is because personal branding. Even this morning, I actually got offered a brand deal, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm probably going to turn it down because I don't want to taint my brand. Because if you basically they wanted me to review their product, right? You get so many opportunities if you have a strong personal brand. And later down in the future, when it comes to monetizing your personal brand, you can make an enormous amount of money just based off of your name, right? Tai Lopez made $50 million just from courses. You know what I mean? Tai Lopez, if I was to call Tai Lopez and say, hey, I want you to promote this product for me, he wants 50% of the profits. Like, he does have enormous reach. Elon does hate social media branding, but his thing is with Elon, it doesn't matter if he hates social media branding because he's already a multi-billionaire. It doesn't matter. He already has a solid personal brand, and he didn't really have to go out necessarily and work for it. He's a superstar CEO, just like how Steve Jobs was. Steve Jobs never went out and tried to build a personal brand. It sort of happened, and that's what is happening with Elon. Tai Lopez actually sought out and built that personal brand, and that's what I'm going for. I have to get to work. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Yeah, that's nuts. Definitely. Tai Lopez makes an enormous amount of money through his personal brand, and when it comes to personal brand, right? So Tai Lopez could go into, let's say, Pepsi and say, let's work together. They're not going to turn him down. They're most likely going to work with him because he has enormous reach, right? Social media is the new wave. Personal branding is the long term, because there's so many ways to monetize. And I forgot who came up with the theory, but it's called the 1,000 fan theory. If you have 1,000 true fans, you'll make 6 figures easily. What time is it? Okay, it's 1:46, so I'll probably end this at 2. Next question. What more questions? Send them my way. So Ty said he got off his couch and went in Yellow Pages to earn his internship with millionaires. You ever think about doing that? I've actually, I'm not against that. I would definitely try something like that. And because being around millionaires it's a completely different mindset, right? Completely different mindset. People, the way they think is just better. It just makes you feel better being around them. So but I do like education. Like, knowledge doesn't stop. You know what I mean? So I'm always down to learn. If a millionaire called me today and said, "Hey, you want to come intern for me?" The answer is yes. You think it's easier to personal brand in the Shopify niche than others? I think it's easier to personal brand in the make money niche, right? Because people are always willing to make money, and people always want to make money. So it's much easier if you know ways to make money online and you're teaching it. You can easily build your personal brand much faster. That also brings up the second thing. There's a lot of scams, right? Because people know that this niche, like the make money niche, is growing fast. So that's people take advantage of that. But any niche I've gotten really good at ranking my videos. I'm like scary good. I have a video where I literally rank. I have multiple videos where I rank for every single thing, every single tag. If you get good at that, you can. It doesn't matter what niche you're in. To test new products for a new store, Google Adwords or Google Shopping. Once you find profitable items, how often do you test new ones? So to test products for a new store, if you're using search campaigns, you're gonna have to do one by one. Shopping campaigns are the way to go because you can test multiple products all at once. Once you find profitable items, how often do you test new ones? Once you find profitable items, you can keep testing new ones. You can set up just a general campaign just for testing. But once you have a profitable campaign, don't make your focus that campaign. Your focus should also be to increase your average order value, right? It's not necessarily because let's say you find a profitable product, right? You got to your store. Now you can recommend that product that wasn't so profitable as an upsell. That's what you want to do. You want to increase your average order value. Just don't focus solely on getting that single sale. No problem. No problem. Yeah. Get your questions in. There's like 10 minutes left. What do you want? What do you want money for? Like lifestyle, family. Like lifestyle, the family travel for what? Money? Money is a tool, right? So with money, I can take care of my family, right? I could take care. My mom would never have to work, or various different things. Money is a tool. You can use it to do a lot of things. My goal, in high school, I was a very materialistic person. I've grown. I don't care. Like I truly do not give a damn. I don't care. The lifestyle, I don't care. All right, I don't care. My thing that I really want to do with a lot of money is save lives. I want to make a huge impact, right? So every year, 800,000 people die from malaria. Right? It's very sad. 800,000 people. Right? Malaria medicine costs roughly $2. Right? If I'm a multimillionaire, I can foot the bill. You know, I could save 800,000 people with a $1.6 million check. Yeah, those people are those people who's happier, right? When I die, those people are going to be more thankful. Like, oh, Ebenezer helped us. He took care of me. Versus, wow, Ebenezer had a Lamborghini. He had 2 Lamborghinis, a Huracan, a Ferrari, whatever. You know what I mean? That's what Ebenezer means. My name literally means the stone of help, and I actually want to help people. Right? That's what I really want to use my money for. I'm not really concerned with the big house or anything like that. Like, you're gonna die. You're gonna die without it. I'm also a big fan of like experiences, like skydive. Like, I'm actually gonna go skydiving this summer. Skydive because I'd rather spend my money on that. So yeah, that's what I want money for. Like, so what you want to skydive for? Because it's a fun. I think it's a fun experience, right? I think it's definitely a fun experience. Yeah, that's what I like thrilling. I like thrilling stuff, and because I'm in the process of conquering all my fears. What else would you do? Like bungee jumping. I want to do bungee jumping. You can't do it in Ohio, so I actually have to drive to Kentucky. I have to drive to Kentucky to do it. Make sure you record your site. I definitely will. What about? I would do all of that. Like, the only thing I would not do is those people who just like walk on skyscrapers with like no like harness or anything. I would. That's crossing the line for me. I'm not gonna do it because I could actually die. Skydiving, there's a lot of safety precautions. Like, what I'm gonna do is tandem skydiving. Bungee jumping, I'm connected to the bungee cord. My life is good. It's a fun experience. When I have kids later down in life, I can be, hey, I want skydiving. Versus I spent $1,500 on the Gucci hoodie. You know what I mean. Which one's the better story? I spent $1,500 on the hoodie, or I went skydiving one time. I almost died, lost my life. Juice the story. Those things matter more to me now than when I was in high school. So that's what I'm all about. What about space dive? What is space diving? Let's see. Let's find out. Oh yeah, no. Actually, I would do that. I would do space diving. Nobody's died. There's no statistical death from it, so why not? You get to spend a week with your favorite rapper. Who are you picking? I'm picking Drake. I'm hanging out with Drake, or who did I say? Drake, or probably J. Cole. Do you read books, if any? If you do, I'm not a big reader. I really used to be when I was younger. I'm getting back into it. A book I recently read is by Patrick McNeil. It's called 10% Entrepreneur. It's a really good book. I suggest reading it, 10% Entrepreneur. And there's another one where I had it as an audiobook. I would recommend is that the first one is Patrick McNeil. The second one is by Oren Clough. Why Drake? Drake is my favorite, one of my favorite rappers. I would definitely spend the day with Drake. No problem. So those are the 2 books I recently read. I'm gonna start reading more books. I'm not Ty Lopez, right? I'm telling people I'm reading a book a day. He's definitely lying. Nobody reads a book a day. You know how long it takes to read a book? That's why I would say Drake if I want to turn up. I would say J. Cole if I want to learn something or change the world. Which is a good point, but keep this in mind, right? Keep this in mind. J. Cole used to act just like Drake, right? When he first saying the jury, he recently became a conscious rapper, right? So personally, I think I'm someone who's conscious, whatever. So if I was, what if instead of having J. Cole teach you something, you hung out with Drake and taught him something? See what I'm saying? But yeah, you could definitely learn stuff from J. Cole, but he used to be just like the rest of them. Like people act like J. Cole is a saint. And even right now, 21 Savage is slowly, making that move to become more conscious as well. Jake up at the top though. I'm weak. See, I think I don't know. I always feel like people will listen to me. I spend the day with. Okay, so with X, I've actually always felt that his music is great, but the guy definitely has some problems he has to work on. He beat his pregnant wife. There's no excuse for that. His pregnant girlfriend. There's no excuse for that. You ain't hear Kanye on his new. I did not listen to Kanye's new album because Kanye thinks slavery is a choice. So I did not listen to his album. I don't take advice from people that's successful. It's not really advice. You could go to anyone. People who want to listen will listen. People like, go talk to Drake and say, okay, I think you should help more people. It's not really about a success thing. It's more about, being open, helping people type of genre. Try to get him to be more of a J. Cole, be more cautious. Go hang out with his son type thing. And you think Drake will? I think he could be. I definitely think he could be. I don't think Drake's a bad guy. Close this tab. All right. I'm weak. All right, so guys, get your last few questions in here because I'm getting ready to close out. This was almost 3 hours, almost 3 hours long. That's crazy. But at the same time, I want to end at 2, but 9 minutes would get to 3 hours. So I kind of want to wait the 9 minutes. Unless you guys don't have any more questions, then yeah, we can just end that. We can just end that 2. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I'm not opposed to spending a day with J. Cole, but if I had the opportunity to pick one, I'm spending my day with Drake. Like I'm spending my day with Drake. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I am spending my day with Drake. I don't care what you tell me. I'm spending my day with Drake. Nice that you share your knowledge with us. No problem. No problem. That's what I'm here for. Whoops. Last minute questions. Getting ready to close out. This was so much longer than I expected, but lives are fun. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm so tired. Okay. How long have you been doing dropshipping? The concept of dropshipping, learned it roughly 7th grade. Didn't really. That's when 7th, 8th grade. That's when I built my first store. So I've been doing this since then, but really took it like super serious in high school. First success was around 2015, 2016. Whoa. If you could learn any skill or one trait in the world, what skill would it be and what trait? So learn piano. One trait. What skill would it be? And what trait would it be obtained? If I had to pick a trait, wow, that's a good question. I would, I guess, let me think. One trait. Well, let's start with skill. Skill, it's not useful, but it could be useful. I would actually want to be able to like learn. Well, you can't. I don't know if you can learn to sing, but okay. A trait I would pick is to be more, not patient. I'm a very patient person. I would say be more. That's a tough one. That actually made me think, because I actually don't know right off the bat. Let's go with it. B, and what trait would you obtain? Being able to speak multiple languages. Like, right, I speak 2 languages now. Well, technically I speak 3, but like the third one is like sign language, and I barely speak that. I'm definitely not perfect, but I would definitely choose. I think I would go with learning multiple languages, being able to learn multiple languages very quickly. A skill that I would really like to learn is programming. Right, I definitely want to learn programming. Like, I know my way around code when it comes to Shopify, but I could never go like code something. Like, I could go and edit things in my Shopify thing to make it do what I want, but I can never from scratch like code something or anything like that. So that, and coding is definitely useful. It's definitely a skill that's gonna be very, very useful in the future. All right. Let's see, I'm not gonna hold you. Okay, we got 4 minutes. Do you think? No. So I don't want to code professionally. I just want that skill, because later in life, let's say I start an app company, right? All right. I want to be I start an app company. I'm not an I'm not a technical person, right? So, but if I have an app company, I want to be able to understand the jargon, the lingo, everything about the company, everything about the app. I want to be able to understand it fully, right? And knowing your way through code and being like 100% understanding code gives you that. So imagine if hop on Team Treehouse. I don't know what that is, but imagine if you're if Snapchat, right? The 2 CEOs of Snapchat, one of them didn't know anything about code, right? You know what I mean? That's the reason why I want to learn coding. Okay, what is Team Treehouse? I don't know what that is, but we got 3 minutes left. It's a software. I'm guessing it's a software. Team Treehouse. Learn code. Oh, okay, so it's like Code Academy. That's what, yeah, basically. And that's what I'm talking about. You don't need to go into $50,000 worth of debt if you can just learn it online for much cheaper. Good night, Solomon. Yeah, I think that's basically it for this live. Thank you guys so much for getting on and for staying almost 3 hours, with me. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna try to do more lives more often. So see you guys next time.